Very good morning, all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Let's start with today's session. Quick recap of yesterday's session. Yesterday, we discussed one example, I guess, employee database, and then about update command we saw, right? Continuing in that, we have to discuss one more command today, that is delete. Now, delete also come under DML category, guys. That is data manipulation language. So this command is used to delete records from the database. Okay. So from your table, if you want to remove the records or delete the record, then issue this command. See, the command is like this: delete. Delete is a keyword. Delete is a reserved keyword. Then from is also a keyword. Then the name of the table. Okay, whatever table name. Now, if you issue only this much command, all the records from the table will get deleted. And if you want to delete selective record, means the records which are satisfying some condition, only those records I want to delete. Then you can add where clause, where and some condition. Getting? Now, condition will be an expression whose outcome is true or false. Condition is an expression. We build an expression using arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, many other. But condition is an expression whose outcome is true or false. So if you add where clause, then it will apply this condition on each row. And those rows which satisfy this condition, only those records will get deleted. And if you don't add this part, then what is going to happen? It is going to delete all the records from your table. Correct? So that is the basic functionality. Okay? So when to use delete command? When you want to remove records from table. So delete command in SQL is to remove records from table. And please remember, delete come under category DML commands, that is data manipulation language. Quickly, you keep your mic on mute only. Okay. Coming to the syntax part. Syntax, quite easy. Delete is a keyword, then from is a keyword, then the name of the table from where you want to delete the record. And the optional part is where condition. So if you add this where condition, it is going to apply that condition on each and every row in the table. Get it? So it is going to apply that condition on each and every row. And those rows which satisfy that condition, only those records will get deleted selectively. Okay. Now, example, write a query to delete all records from the employee table where department is HR. So suppose you're told to delete HR department is getting closed, suppose. So I want to delete all the employees from that HR department. Correct? So you can issue the command like this: delete from employee where department equal to HR. Right? See, we will quickly connect to MySQL server. Okay. This is the table which we created yesterday. I'll just use that database again because without using it, you're not allowed to work in that database. So I'm using it. Okay. If I issue this select star from employee, you can see around 156 records are there in your table. The total records are 156. From that, there are many records from HR department. Here you can see. Okay, Priya Patil, again Neha Shah, There are many employees, Amit Gupta, they all are from HR department. Now, if I issue this command, delete from employee, okay, and I'm going to add condition where department equal to HR. We are going to learn more about operators, how we can use different operators to build the condition. One separate topic will be coming, don't worry. Now I'm issuing this command. See, okay, see. Now, is it giving me that safe mode error, right? So someone had put in the group, I guess in your group only, that we have to use this safe mode only when we are deleting the parent and automatically the child, then that safe mode. So please don't put some such statement which will lead to confusion. Get it? Actually, it is not only for parent and child. In general, whenever you try to issue any, now here in this case, is there any parent and child? No. You can see there is a single table, right? So the problem is when you don't attend the sessions regularly and then abruptly some lecture you attend and then you go to the AI tool, and then from there you don't read completely, some partial knowledge, and that leads to confusion to you also and to others also. Correct? Yesterday I've already clarified, and that too on the slide also it is mentioned that in MySQL, update and delete both are considered to be serious command. Correct? So in MySQL, whenever you try to issue update command or delete command, no relation as that it's having a parent or child. In general, whenever you try to issue a update or a delete command, and if the safe mode is on, it is a flag which is by default 1. And if the safe mode is on, and in that safe mode, if you try to issue update or delete, getting it will give you an error. Therefore, you have to disable that safe mode and then issue the command. So here also, can you see, I just directly issued delete command. The safe mode is on. Therefore, it is giving an error. Understanding? Clear? So now what I'll do is to issue this, I'll clear that flag first. Set SQL underscore safe underscore updates equal to 0. I'm just clearing that flag. Okay. And now when I issue this command, it will execute. And can you see 31 records it has deleted? Means there were 31 employees in HR department. And you can check again, select star from employee. So from 156 records, now you'll see 31 records less. See, 125 record. So in that, if you add 31, you get 156 only. So all the employees of HR department, they have got deleted. Okay. So I hope you got it. The concept is clear. Or write a query to update, sorry, this one. Okay. So please understand the safe mode flag is always 1. And whenever you are trying to issue the delete command or update command, irrespective whether you have a foreign key, the child and parent relation, in general, whenever you try to issue delete command or update command on a table, and if that flag is on, it will restrict that operation. So if you want that operation to be successful, then you can make that flag 0. Okay. Now in this query, delete the record of an employee having name as Raj Joshi. So now maybe we may not have that. So instead of that, we can go for some other. Like yesterday, I changed this name Rohit Kulkarni, if you remember. So if I try to delete that record, delete from employee where name equal to Rohit Kulkarni. So If you have one record, it will get deleted. See, one record affected. And you can check now. Now we were having 125 records. After 31 records got deleted. Now you'll see 124. So that 107 also, 1007 also got deleted. Getting? Okay. So I hope it is clear to you guys. Then moving to select command. We have already seen this command many times. Okay. So select command is for retrieving the records and printing that values to the end user, right? So you can issue select command in different ways. Like you want to display all row, all column, getting all row and all column. Like what I'll do is rows and column. I'll make a matrix to understand. Okay. So rows, column, all or selected. Okay. So it can be all rows, all column, or it can be anyway, all row, all column, or selected row, selected column. Combinations you can make, correct? Or selected rows and all column. Rows are selected, but columns are all. So all four combinations you can make. All four combinations. Okay. So select, and if you give the column names over here, then it will display only the selected column. And if you give star, it is going to display all. And it is always recommended that mention the column name instead of mentioning star. Getting? If the query is to be optimized, optimize means it should take minimum time also and minimum space also. Then it is always recommended instead of star, mention the column name. So only the columns which you have given, for those column value only the space is needed to send it to workbench. Correct? Then from table name you will give. Here also from table name. Now, if I issue only this much, it is going to display all rows selected column, all row, all column. But in both case, you are going to get all rows, all row, selected column, all row, all column. Now, in this, you want to add one criteria that's selected rows. Then you can add where condition over here, where and then the condition. So that optional part, if you add, now you will get selected rows. So here if I add condition, then selected row, all column, selected row, selected column. Understanding? Means from your table, if you want all row, all column, then write star in select and don't give where clause. You'll get all row, all column. Is it? If you want only selected column but all row, don't give where condition, but only mention the column names which you want. So only those column. And if you want selected rows, then use where clause. So in where clause, whatever condition you have given, those records which satisfy that condition, only those records will get printed. Correct? Okay. So this way you can display the value. So select command comes under DQL category. That is data query language because it is asking for the values to the database. It is not making changes in the database. Correct? Means it is retrieving the value from the table and sending it to the workbench, and workbench is showing it to the end user. Isn't it? Okay. So select comes under which category? Data query language. Then it is used to retrieve data from a database whenever you want to fetch value and show it to the end user. Correct? That time we use it. Then there is a provision of printing only the selected column, all row, selected column, selected row, all rows, selected column, all row, all column. It's your choice what combination. but it is always recommended mention the column names and print only those columns which are desired, getting to make the query optimized. Because for selected column, the memory needed will be lesser, and obviously to process also the time taken will be lesser. To retrieve data present in a specific column, we use this one, select and the column name. Whatever column names you give, only those selected columns will come. Okay? Where clause is not given. So is it going to print all the rows? Yes. And to retrieve all the data means all row, all column. Then we write this. Now in this, what criteria I want? Now in this, what is happening? Selected column, all row, all column, all row. But yet we are not adding the feature of selected row. So if you want selected row, then you have to add over here where clause. Getting? So that is, you have to append where clause. So where clause is for basically filtering. Filtering, we do it in so many things. Now, in real life also, how many times the filtering is done, right or no? If you have gone to market along with mom, if you have gone, so when she picks everything, she filters it and then only puts it in her bag. Randomly, she doesn't put it. Getting or no? If she's purchasing tomatoes, one by one tomatoes she pick, then she sees that whether it fits in her criteria. Then only she'll add it in her bag. Potatoes, onions, just blindly or abruptly she picks it and puts it. No, each and everything one by one when she picks, she checks whether it's according to her specifications. If it fits in her specification, then only she'll put it in the bag. Getting? Everywhere when you go for shopping in malls and all, you see clothes of so many brands. Getting? You try them, you just do exploration, you try them, and then when it is perfect according to your criteria, then only you select it. Right? So same way here also, I want to filter the records. There are many records in my table, but I want only those records which are satisfying some criteria. Then you have to add where clause. Getting? So normal select query will be there. Select. If you write star, then all. If you give column names, then the selected columns from you will write. Okay? And then you will add where condition. Where and then the condition. Okay? Remember, select query is select part is the last part. Huh? This is a non-procedural concept. It will not execute in the same order, the order in which you have written. Like you have written first select, then from, then where. Execution internally is this thing. First is from. Means it will fetch the records from the table. Getting? Means from the database, that is from your storage, whatever tables are there. The records will come first in the memory, in the main memory. Getting? And after that, on each record, the filtering condition is applied. Getting? And those records which are satisfying, those filtered records are sent to the workbench. But from that filtered record, which column? If you have written star, then all column. If you have given selected, then only those selected columns are sent to the workbench for printing. Understanding? So this is your whole table and all the records are given to some funnel, you can say, and it is supposed to pass through that funnel by applying some condition. So each and every record is going, if the condition is satisfied, then it is coming down and it is coming into another set of filtered records. And only those filtered records are sent to the workbench for printing. Get it? So condition is applied on each and every row. Those rows which satisfy the condition, only those are filtered and they are sent to the workbench for printing. Get it? So where clause, it filters the rows based on specified condition. Correct? And filtering is a so common activity. As I said, not only in the database, in so many places. And filtering is a very important work for a data analyst, not specifically data analyst, data engineer, because data engineer has to make the data eligible for analysis so that he will give it to the data analyst. Correct? So before giving the data to the data analyst, the engineer has to make the data perfect. So in that, the cleaning steps come. So in that cleaning activity also, we have to do filtering. If there are null values, you have to remove them. If there are duplicates, we have to remove them. If there are outliers, that you have to remove them. Correct? So what is that activity? Filtering only. So it filters the row based on specified condition. Okay, so you'll apply the condition. Each and every row will check the condition. The row which satisfies that condition, only those are filtered. Okay, see, select selected columns, give the names of column. All column, write star from table where condition. Remember, this select part is the last part. Huh? First it will do from, then it will do where, and then it will do select. Understanding? The order of execution is not the same in which you have typed. Please remember, okay, in SQL queries, because it's not a procedural language like Python or Java. So in that, as you write the program, the sequence in which you have typed, in the same sequence they execute. Here it is a non-procedural way. Get it? Here the from is executed first, then where, and after that, whatever is filtered, that filtered records, these columns are sent to my workbench for printing. Correct? And this query, workbench doesn't execute. Workbench job is just to show the result. Workbench is just a UI provided to the client to type the query. This query is sent to the MySQL server. MySQL server runs the query, sends the response back to Workbench, and Workbench shows it to the end user. Get it? Here it is, write a query to display all employee records having age greater than 20. Get it? Now, actually, from our database, some records are gone, right or no? So what you can do is you can recreate it just by dropping that table. What I'll do is I'll just drop that table. There is a command to drop also. Drop a table. We will be learning that too. Don't worry. Okay. I've created the table again. And again, I'm inserting the records. If I just delete all the records and then again, what will happen is the employees will get new number because already they have got till 10,000, I think 156. So it will start from there if you just delete the record. Now I have dropped the table and then again I'm creating the table and again I'm inserting the record. Correct? So now it will get IDs again starting from 1001 or 10, whatever. This is 1000. Okay. Now the question is to show only all the employees whose age is greater than 20. Okay. So select star. If you want all the columns, then write star from employee where age greater than 20. Okay. Now let's see how many employees are there in our table whose age is more than 20. But here what has happened? All 156 records you're getting. All 156 records means every employee age is more than. So we will change some criteria. Suppose I'm putting 40. So let's see how many employees are more than 40. There are 42 employees. So only 42 employees are got filtered because these are the 42 employees whose age is above 42. Okay, guys, you can give me quick confirmation. Till here, the
Yes.
delete command, the select command, then where clause, adding where clause to select for filtering. Okay,
So if I want only unique age numbers which are not repeated,
we have that queries, guys. We are coming to
yes.
that. Okay,
Okay.
we are coming to it. Don't worry. We have that
Yes.
distinct and all those things. I told you, na,
Okay.
in one day, in one day, the
Mm.
whole SQL cannot be learned, right? So
Okay.
we are
Okay.
coming to it. Okay, but your doubt will be solved, right? You said, right, you want only the distinct ages,
Mm.
okay, or you want to show all of them in the sorted order. So we have that. Uh, we have a distinct, then order by, then limit. So many things are coming one by one. Okay.
Okay.
Now moving to next command, that is alter. Okay. Alter command comes under DDL category. Yeah, remember, data definition language. Alter comes under data definition. And in data definition, till now we have learned only one, that is create table. Right, guys? I hope you remember creating table. So creating table is also a data definition language. Now, if you want to modify the structure of your table, means the design you want to change, the schema, we call it as schema or the design. So if you want to change the design of the table, like you want to add new column in it, or you want to drop some column. So when you create a table, that time you realize that one column is missing. We have to add that new column. Or you realize that this column is of no use. It doesn't make any meaning to keep that column. So you can remove it. Or you want to modify the data type. Like you created one column and then you gave size 50, but you realize the size is lesser. You want to increase it. Correct? So for all that activity, they have given alter command. Okay. Even using alter, you can rename the column as well. Like the column name you want to change to some other column name. So that provision also is given. Okay. So alter command is basically for modifying the structure of your table. Okay. It is to change the design or it is to change the schema of your table. And this activity is not done frequently. This is generally not to be done frequently. That's what in the beginning, if you remember, first lecture or second, we took the difference between a no SQL and the SQL, like relational databases and non-relational databases. So in non-relational database, the schema is only not fixed. There, it is just an empty doc structure, and you go on adding the documents, and every document is having a key value. So every document key value set is not fixed. Here, the structure is fixed. It is just horizontally increasing. But sometimes, if you realize that the design is to be changed, you can by alter command. So what all things we can do using alter, that one by one we will discuss. So alter is a DDL command, data definition, used to modify the existing database objects, like table structure you want to modify, or you want to modify the constraints, like table you created but you forgot to add constraint. Okay, so you can add the constraint, you can remove that constraints, or if you want to add the index to it. Indexes are basically for fast searching. So there is a topic at the end. We will be learning this topic also called as index. Okay. Now one by one we'll see what all facilities are there with alter. There can be many more. I am just enlisting the commonly needed. Getting guys, just remember in 30 days session, what all things we can provide, right or no? So according to that much duration, as much as possible that I can give you, right? Because people start commenting on the videos that please teach this installation, that migration, and then cloud. But there is a criteria that we have a time limitation also, right? And how much I have charged you, right or no? तो we say ना हिंदी में बोलते हैं बच्चे की जान लोगे like clear. तो जितना possible है in 30 days session that we can give. If you need so many things, then I have to design some specialized course in which I can add so many things, right? Yes. So in colleges and all, you pay lakhs of fees and still you don't get what you are expecting, right? तो मेरे से कितना expect करोगे? So whatever the commonly needed things are there that I'm trying to cover, but all the specialized things you need, then I have to design a separate course only for that. First thing what we'll learn is adding a column. Now how to add column. Very simple. Alter, ठीक है? Table, and then the table name you have to give. Alter table, okay? Then the table name. Then you're going to add a column. Therefore, you have to use add keyword, add. Then the new column and its data type. And if the constraint also you want to add, you can add the constraint. Very simple. It's more of like English, but it is structured English. It is not in English. You can express the same thing in many ways, na, guys. Not only in English, in Marathi also. Marathi to is extraordinary. Means you can slap someone with a very polite way as well. Get it? So the same sentence you can express in different ways. That is not here. Here the grammar is fixed and the structure is fixed, and that way only you have to write. But while reading, we feel as if it's like an English statement. Get it? So alter table, table name, add column, means whatever the column name is there, its data type, its constant. Very simple. Okay. We will make some change in our table also. I'll just show you practically. Don't worry. Alter is a keyword. Table is a keyword. Then the name of the table. Then add is a keyword. See, whatever I write in capital, they're keyword. But it is not mandatory to type in capital. Just for your sake, I'm just to identify that these are the keywords. Purposely, I'm writing in capital. Okay. Then the new column name, then its data type. If you want to add constraint in it, that you can add. Get it? Now, next facility, what is provided by Alter? Dropping a column. But before that, we'll just go with one example of adding column. Now, if you want to see the description of your table, I think in the beginning also I've told you in the very initial stage, in very beginning when I told you how to create table and all. Okay. See here, when I refresh it, can you see in the table there is employee? If I click on employee, it gives a description this side, like what all columns are there, their data types, then who is the primary key and all. To see this description, there is a command provided called DESC. DESC is the shortcut of word describe. If you want, you can write the complete word describe. Okay? And the table name. And if you issue this command, it will just give you the design of your table, like what all columns, their data type, who is the primary key, are null allowed or no. Okay? See, it gives you the whole description, right? Like ID, its data type, name, its data type, age, data type, all. Then can null be allowed or no? So if no, then no. If yes, then yes. Who is the primary key? All that description it gives. Now what I'll do is I'll add one column called phone number. So I'll issue command alter table. Table name is employee. Then we want to add column. I'll add column phone and I'll create it as char 10 and constraint if you want to give unique. Okay? Meaning to employee phone number is not mandatory. If you leave it blank is okay. Means it's not compulsory to give the phone number, but whatever phone numbers are given, they should be unique. Means no two employees will have same phone number. Therefore, I have added constraint unique. See, okay, it is added. Don't worry. Now you can see the description. When you see the description, can you see here one extra column? Phone number is added. Phone with character 10, and it is unique. And in unique, null is allowed. I hope you know it. When I took constraints, in that constraint, unique constraint, when I taught, I've told you. But unique plus not null. Unique plus not null becomes primary key. Okay. So you can see here one column phone number is added. And already we have 156 records, huh, guys? How many records are there in the table? 156. All phone number will be null. Now, at this moment, if you want, you can check. See. Why? Because these are the existing records. No? Already 156 records were there. Now you have added just one more column. So what will be the value for all these 156 records? It will be null only by default. Okay? Next is removing the column or dropping the column. When you drop the column, all the values are also lost from that column. Okay. So to drop column, we have command alter table, table name, whatever the table name is. Then again, the alter and table are keywords. Then instead of add, we have to use drop. Okay. But only drop is also a command provided for dropping table, for dropping procedure, for dropping functions, for dropping triggers, dropping view. So drop is also a general command. Okay. So what to drop, that you have to mention. So if you are dropping a table, you have to write drop table name, whatever the table name. If you are dropping a function or a procedure, then you have to write drop procedure name, drop trigger name. Therefore, drop is also one general command, and drop is used to drop different database objects. So which database object you want to drop, that is the second keyword, drop table or drop procedure. Therefore, here also you have to mention what you want to drop. Therefore, here the keyword column is there. Column is also keyword. But now in the latest version of MySQL, latest means after 5 and all, they say in case of dropping column, if you don't mention the word column, will also do. Means if you don't give the column word, then also it's going to drop a column only. And then give the column name. Okay. So it is going to drop that column from the table. Okay. That concept is clear. See, alter table name, drop column name, column keyword. So I have mentioned that keyword, but you can check our latest MySQL allows. If you don't give column, it automatically assumes you are dropping a column only. Why? Because you're using this drop word along with alter table. So in alter table, when you use drop, obviously you're dropping a column only. Therefore, if you don't mention this column, word will also do, but it's a good practice to write it. It is more clarity, more readability, more affirmative. Means it is fixed telling that, yes, I'm dropping a column only. No assumption. Means when you don't write, we are assuming that we are dropping a column. Correct? Now, suppose in this case, we saw after the description, phone number is added here. Phone number, char 10, null allowed, key is unique. Now what I'll do is I'll remove that phone number column. Alter table employee drop column. Okay, and column name phone. I'm removing that column. See. And now check the description. Now, if you check the description, is the phone number column gone from here? You can see your phone number column is gone. Okay. So this way you can drop the column. Now, if you want to change the data type or the size of an existing column, then they have provided modify, modify keyword. Correct? Some database management system don't provide. I think in Oracle or something. Correct? Now, don't know about the latest version of Oracle, but some database management don't give such facilities. They say you have to drop and then again add. Okay? But in MySQL, we have that. So if you want to modify the data type, then command is same, alter table name. Instead of word add, you'll use word modify. Modify is a keyword. Correct? Then give the existing column, the name of the existing column, and then the new data type, the new size. If you want to add new constraint, that also you can do it. Okay? See, alter table name. Instead of add keyword, you have to use modify. And the existing column, but the new data type. Okay? I'll show you the effect of this as well. See, quickly I'll show you here. Alter table. Now, can you see name column is varchar 50 and city column is varchar 50. So what I'll do is I'll try to change the name column varchar 50 to 100, suppose. I'm changing its size. So current description is saying name is varchar 50. Alter table employee, modify, the column name is name and the data type varchar 100 I'm doing. Okay, guys, see, I'll select this. It is altered. Now you can just check in the description. Can you see name has become varchar 100? In this process, in the case of modifying, if you are reducing the size, previously it was 50, and if you are reducing it to 20, there is a chance of loss of data or loss of information. Why? Because previously it was 50. So possible your record values are occupying more than 20. And now you're reducing it to 20. So if your data is beyond 20, that much part will get truncated. So there can be chance of loss of information. Correct? So you have to be very careful. It is up to you. Now you have to be wise when to use it, when to increase, when to decrease. Okay? Then you can change the name also of an existing column. Now changing the names are by another way also by using rename command. But if you are using change, that time you can change the name as well as the data type also. Okay? So how to change it? Alter table name, change, and then you have to give the old column, new column, and the data type also. See. So alter table name. This first three things are same. Then the change keyword. Then which column you want to rename. Okay. The old column, the new column name, and along with that, you can give the new data type as well. Is possible. Okay. For example, what I'll do is in this table, I'm having name column, guys. I hope all of you are listening to me carefully. Yes or no? So don't get distracted. As I have already said, keep 1 hour for SQL. Or say like, I'm going to devote this 1 hour for this person. ये पर्सन के लिए हम 1 घंटा देंगे ठीक है ऐसे सोच के and then during that time only concentrate what I'm telling. Don't be busy watching your phone, then what messages are coming in that WhatsApp. Keep it everything aside for 1 hour. Okay? And if it is very serious thing, whoever are nearby, they will tell you only. You inform. Okay? To inform your mom, dad, wife, husband, whatever. Inform them that for 1 hour I'm attending this session. If there is issue very serious, then only come to uh, call me or disturb me. Otherwise, please don't disturb. Correct? So you have to follow the rules. If you go by the rules, you will get everything what you want. Okay? So in this table, this name column is there. I want to change this name column to full name. Instead of name, I'm going to give full name. And I'll change the size from 100 back to 50. Okay, using change keyword. So alter table employee, I'm using change keyword. Then what I want to change name to new name as full name and the new data type as varchar 50 suppose. Okay, I'll issue this command. Then again, I'll see the description. Can you see this name column has become full name and this varchar has become 50 again, which was 100. It has got reduced back to 50 and this name is changed to full name. Agreed? And there is another way of renaming also by using rename keyword. Okay? Using rename keyword. But with that, you cannot give the new data type. Only the column names can be changed. Okay, so how to use it? But rename command is used to rename table as well. Huh? Understand, guys? So alter table name. Okay, then you have to use rename. But what you are renaming? You are renaming a table or a column because this keyword is used for renaming table also and it is used for renaming column also. As we saw in the previous slide, drop. Drop is a command to drop many database objects. Using drop, you can drop a column, you can drop a table, you can drop a procedure, function, trigger, view. Any database object you can drop. Understanding? Even index you can drop. So therefore, in drop command, you have to tell that what you want to drop in the second keyword. Get it? So here also drop column, rename column, then the old name, then two is a keyword here. While change, we don't have two. Here two is there. Old to new. That's all. And if you want to rename a table, then instead of word column, you have to write table. This part you don't have to write. Directly you will write rename table old name to new name. Get it? So I'll come to that rename command also for table renaming. See, alter table name, rename. I told you, no, please specify what you want to rename. Whether you want to rename a table or whether you want to rename a column. Therefore, here I'm mentioning it. Old name, two is a keyword, and the new name. Okay? See. Now what I'll do is I'll rename this full name back to name. Originally it was name only. Now I renamed it to full name. Now again I'm renaming full name back to name, but using a rename keyword. So alter table employee, rename, okay, full name to name. Okay, rename. And here I forgot to write what you want to rename. So you want to rename column. See, right? The alter table employee, you are renaming a column from this name to this name. Okay. Now, if you check the description, can you see the full name column name is again renamed to name, right? So hope that part is also clear to you guys, right? Then we will see using rename keyword only, we can rename a table also. Okay. So how to rename a table? Now, rename keyword is used to rename many database objects. Like you can rename a table, you can rename a column, you can rename functions, you can rename procedures, you can rename index. Okay, so any database objects you can rename. is used to change the name of an existing database object, such that table is a database object, column is a database object, index, constraint. Okay. First, we'll see renaming table. Now, how to rename a table? Command is rename. Then what you want to rename? Table. Therefore, keyword table. Just now we saw keyword column. So as you want to rename table, you have to give that database object which you want to rename. So rename table, table name, okay, to new name, new table name. This is the old name to new name. Okay, so this way you can rename the table. See, rename table, old table name to new table name. Agreed? See ya. Quickly, I'll show you. What I'll do is I'll rename this table employee to EMP, suppose. So rename table employee to EMP. So my table name I'm changing to what? Employee to EMP. Here also you can change, check. In the left side, here in the tables list, you can see employee. After this, the name will be changed. Okay. See here, if you refresh, is the name changed to EMP? Right? And now if I see description employee, it will give an error. It will say there is no table only with the name employee existing. See, get it? It gives an error. In net-to-net database, employee table doesn't exist. Instead of that, if I write DESCEMP, it will work because now your table name is changed to EMP. Is it giving the description? I hope you got it. Right? Again, if you are renaming it, suppose EMP back to employee. Okay. And now if I issue this command, now it will say there is no table with the name EMP. Okay. But if I give DSC employee, it will display. Why? Because your table is renamed back from EMP to employee. And using rename, you can rename column also, which we just now saw. Get it? I've just taken it under this keyword, but already we have discussed renaming a column. Yes or no? Just now only we saw renaming a column, right? Alter table, table name, rename column, old column name to new column name. Okay. So I hope you got it, this concept, right? Then renaming database. Is renaming database possible? Actually, the latest version of MySQL doesn't allow. Very beginning versions of MySQL was giving command, but if you check, if you ask to the AI tool also, it will say there is no facility of renaming database. But I'll just give you that command. Such command was there. Initially, it was working like rename database, old database to new database. Okay, but such command doesn't work in the current scenario. My current database management system, MySQL doesn't provide the latest versions. Get it? But suppose if you want to do it, there is a very lengthy procedure. You can say it's a hack technique. What you can do is you can create another database. Already you have this one database and you want to rename it to two. Okay, to first create a database with the name DB2, then copy all the tables over there. Means whatever tables are in this database, you copy that in this database and then drop this database. So we feel as if this database is renamed. Ideally, you have done a lot of efforts. Your lot of efforts are put into it for renaming. Lot of time is also spend on this. You're just creating another database with the new name. Then what you are doing, you are copying all the tables from the old database to new database, and then you are dropping the old database. So now this database gone. This database exists. So we feel as if this database is renamed to this database. Reality, what you did, a very lengthy activity. Get it? So that way you can do renaming, but so much work is there. Okay? And this command doesn't work. Okay? Now about truncate command we have to discuss, but that we will see it in the next session. We will discuss about truncate, then we will compare truncate with delete with drop. A very famous interview question. What is difference between truncate, drop and delete? Comparison. Okay, so that we'll see, and then we have to see a very important topic called operators. So we'll be learning about operators and all. I think before that we will be learning about distinct keyword. Okay, so all this one by one gradually. Okay, so for today's session we will take a pause here only.